What's poppin', boys? I'm back again with another one. We're in a different scene, different setting, as you can see. I decided to change it up because you gotta change it up every once in a while. It's important. I actually recorded this video outside earlier, but the camera, the sound, there was just too much background noise, and not only was there too much background noise, fucking it wasn't even recording. So I was just talking to myself pretty much. But yeah, today's video I want to talk about sleep and why sleep is important for a lot of us, everybody in general, but especially for a lot of younger guys coming up. Um, we often spend our time online, on Facebook, on group chats, on video games. And we fall asleep sometimes. Like I used to fall asleep fucking at 3, 4, 5 a.m. Sometimes I still do. When it's my day off and I'm relaxing, I'm chilling. Like you need that one sleep break where you're one or two sleep breaks where you're able to fall asleep whenever you feel like, really. But for the majority of the 7 days in the week, you need to make sure that at least 4 to 5 days you're getting proper sleep, and you're getting proper sleep in the right hours, which means you're falling asleep between 10, 11, or 12 o'clock, right? That way you get between anywhere from 5 to 7 hours of sleep. I know some people say get 9 hours of sleep, whatever, but I don't know. Personally, for me, 9 hours is a little bit impractical. I don't like to be in bed for 9 hours just sleeping, but I guess the more the merrier. Hold on, I just pulled that back. I guess the more the merrier. So if you want to get that 9 hours, 8 hours of sleep, that's perfect. For me, I feel like 7 to 8 hours is just good for me. From what I understand, everybody's body is different. So make sure you get the right amount of sleep for yourself, and you can look into it. You can ask Siri, you can ask ChatGPT, but just make sure you're sleeping minimum 6 to 7 hours, minimum, right? Yeah, when you fall asleep, it's very important that you also fall asleep with no distractions around you. No TVs, no computers, no laptops, no screens, no phones, like all of that you want to avoid. You really want to treat sleeping like a ritual, just like how when you wake up in the morning, waking up in the morning is like a ritual. You brush your teeth, you wash your face, like you make breakfast, you make coffee. That's a ritual to help you wake up. So you need a ritual to help you, I don't want to say wake down, but like to fall asleep pretty much, right? To fall into sleep. And that ritual should involve that before you go to sleep, make sure you turn off all devices, or most TVs nowadays, you can set them to automatically turn off after a certain amount of time, right? I know Netflix, I know Amazon, if you're watching videos for a certain amount of time, it asks if you're still there. If you're not there, then it automatically I think it just goes into sleep pretty much, right? So you want to have all of that stuff enabled to help you actually not fall asleep, but to have the most enriching and healthy sleep, because like most of your melatonin, which is the thing that helps you stay productive, stay active, stay focused, stress less, all of that thing that your body produces happens when you're sleeping. But it cannot happen if you're sleeping with lights on, especially blue lights. Blue lights are completely just horrible for your melatonin production, right? So like you make sure that whenever nighttime comes, use that setting that adjusts the lights and gets rid of the blue lights on your phones, on your devices, on your TV. Use that setting. That setting will be your best friend, right? It's really important that there's no blue light when you're sleeping, or when at any time after like 10, 11 o'clock, you have to have that filter on. You're playing a video game, it doesn't matter. Keep it on, because this thing is for your health, right? So yeah, stay focused on that. The protocol here is really to set a sleep time, even though it's sometimes impractical for a lot of us. But try and set up a sleep time around the days that you do not work, right? If you don't work at all, then you should generally have a time that you fall asleep. Because think about it, you generally have a time that you fall asleep anyways. The problem is that time is just too late. If you don't work at all, then and you fall asleep at 5, 6 a.m. every morning, that's when the sun's starting to rise. You can't get any time to get any melatonin production in, right? So if you don't work at all, try pushing your sleep schedule back earlier. So you fall asleep instead of 5 a.m., 6 a.m., try falling asleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. The crazy thing is, you wake up earlier, which means you can do more things in your day. More time is allotted to you in your day, versus when you wake up late, there's not a lot of things you can do. You feel like the whole day has passed you. and you're just living for the nighttime. It's okay to be a night owl. I'm a night owl as well, right? So I fall asleep most of the times from anywhere to 11 to 1 a.m. Most of the times I get like 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So if I fall asleep at 1 a.m. and I get 7 hours of sleep, I'm still waking up at 8 a.m., which is still prime time. Like, I get it. My parents wake up at like fucking 5 a.m. in the morning. Crazy, right? If I fall asleep at 10 a.m., right, and I get 7 hours of sleep, then I wake up at 5 a.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. and I get 7 hours of sleep, then I wake up at 5 p.m., which is crazy, right? So try to set your goals to fall asleep between 1 to 2 a.m., right? You know, like, set yourself up as well for going to bed. You know, like, stop listening to like any like hardcore music or whatever. Like, you know, get as comfy as you can. Have like yourself a nice glass of milk. Warm milk really helps falling asleep. Get yourself some water. Get everything that you'll need by your bedside. Just don't eat too much before you fall asleep. But you also shouldn't be too hungry, because if you're hungry, it kind of it kind of inhibits sleep, whereas you're searching for something to eat before you can sleep, right? One of the easiest ways to fall asleep is to eat a shit ton of food, and you get the itis, and you know the itis just knocks you the fuck out. That's great, but it's horrible to fall asleep with a lot of food in your stomach that's been undigested. That's just a bad recipe, right? So try to fall asleep. I mean, like, after you eat dinner, try to fall asleep like 1 to 2 hours after. If you work super late night shifts, yeah, I get it. A lot of us work like late nights and we come in late. We come in at 12, 1 a.m. Try to focus on eating mostly just protein and skip the carbs. Like, if you work and you come home at like 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock or even 1 o'clock, try to have one simple protein. Try to have some boiled eggs, or just try to have like a chicken breast or something that can just tide you over until the next morning, because you always want to wake up having breakfast. You know, sleep is like like running a relay, right? Like, your day is like running a relay, right? You want to set your sleep needs to set your breakfast up, or your morning up. Your sleep in the night needs to set your morning up, so you can have a good breakfast and be ready for the daytime. Then that transitions into a good lunch, and then into a dinner, and then your dinner is digestion, which leads into sleep again, and then rinse and repeat the cycle, you know? So you really have to work on your own sleep schedule, but the protocol here is to focus on maximizing the amount of time of sleep you can get, minimizing the amount of blue light that affects you while you're sleeping, you know, and also eating properly and eating at the right times. And if you can avoid falling into the trap of eating and falling asleep right after, then that's great. Also, bonus, when you eat and fall asleep right after, you oftentimes I have nightmares. That's an easy way to get nightmares. When eating, being stuffed, being super full, and then falling asleep, that's just a recipe for nightmares, you know? But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let the algorithm know this is the kind of content that you guys want to see. You know, it's your boy Tavon Talks out here. So yeah, I'm basically done with it, you know? Thank you guys for watching. I still have that content I promised you guys coming up very soon. Yeah, I know I've been holding people off, but it's coming up. Keep on watching, and I appreciate your time. And yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Peace.